Hi there, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're making shrimp scampi and roasted burst tomatoes. You're not going to believe how quick and easy this is to bring together. The shrimp are tender and garlicky and full of flavor, and the roasted tomatoes are going to be so juicy and add just a wonderful pop of flavor. Let's get cooking. So the first thing we're going to do is prep and roast our tomatoes. So I have about 4 cups or a liter of cherry or grape tomatoes, just small sweet tomatoes, and I've left them whole. I've washed them and I've put them in a casserole dish, and I've got some cloves of garlic. Now 2 of these are going to go in the shrimp and 1 of these is going to go in the tomatoes. So I'm just going to give this a nice quick chop. And that's a huge clove of garlic. If your garlic cloves are smaller, you might want to add 2 or 3. These are huge cloves. Look how big a slice is, but this is going to roast down into such a beautiful, sweet, garlicky flavor on these tomatoes. So I'm going to scatter those over the top. And then I'm just going to add a nice grip of salt and a generous grinding of pepper. I also have half a teaspoon each of thyme and oregano. Stir that together with my fingers. If you have fresh herbs, so much the better. These are dried from my pantry cupboard. Just scatter that over everything. And now a generous drizzle of olive oil. You want about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. This is going to help those tomatoes roast and burst in the oven. And I also have some white balsamic vinegar. You could use red wine vinegar, any sort of vinegar that you think goes with tomatoes. That was about a tablespoon. So now I'm just going to give this a little mix. Everything is fairly well coated from the drizzling, but you just want to make sure that the tomatoes are making good contact with all of those herbs, salt and pepper, and garlic. And I've been preheating my oven to 450 Fahrenheit. And now I'm going to slide this pan into the oven to roast for about 10 minutes or until these tomatoes start to soften and burst and release all their juices. So into the oven. While the tomatoes are roasting, we can work on our shrimp. So I have a pound of large raw shrimp. They were frozen and I've thawed them out. And I like to take off the tails. So you'll see these have tails, and I just squeeze them like that with my fingers and pull that off. And don't throw these away. You can put them in a Ziploc bag, freeze them, and the next time you make seafood risotto or a chowder, you've got shrimp shells that you can use to make a seafood stock. So hang on to those. I also like to check. These came deveined, but I don't always trust the factories, so I like to check them to make sure that the shrimp are perfectly clean, and this one is. But I'll do that with each one of these shrimps. So squeeze the tail, pull that off. There should be no meat left in the tail, and just check for any veins. A pound of these shrimp usually gives you about 4 or 5 shrimp per person. These are huge. So this is going to make 4 servings. This recipe goes well with rice, with pasta, with polenta. So depending on what you'd like to serve your shrimp scampi with, have that all ready and hot and ready to be plated, because once the shrimp is done, the tomatoes will be done and you're ready to eat. So I have my rice already cooked. It's nice and hot and it'll be ready when we are. There's my shrimp done. I'm just going to take my shells and put them in a Ziploc bag and put them in the freezer for another time. Those are going to be great for making a quick seafood stock for a chowder or a seafood stew or a seafood risotto. So hang on to those shells. They come in handy and they have a lot of flavor. While we've been working on our shrimp, our tomatoes are sort of halfway through their roasting period. So let's check on them and see how they're doing. So slide my shrimp to one side, get a trivet. Those are smelling great. Sizzling away. Just want to stick a few of them with a point of a knife. And they're not quite there yet, but they are starting to collapse and burst. And that's what we're looking for. We want these tomatoes to roast and release all of that nice juicy flavor that will mingle with the olive oil and the garlic and the herbs. And that's going to make a lovely sauce to accompany our shrimp scampi and our rice or our pasta. So one more little thing before we get cooking our shrimp. I just want to mince up this garlic. So I have 2 huge cloves of garlic. That is a humongous amount of garlic, but this is shrimp scampi. It's very garlicky, plus we love garlic in our house, and it's so good for you. No colds for us. Okay, so I've got my shrimp prepped, I have my garlic chopped, and I want to get some wine ready. I just have a bottle of Pinot Grigio. You can use whatever you like. Doesn't have to be fancy, but it should be something that you like to drink, because a glass of this is nice when you're enjoying your shrimp scampi. Have that all ready to go. And now come on over to the stove and we'll get our shrimp started. Crank that heat up to high. Have a nice large skillet, as we're going to put our shrimp in and hopefully fit them all in one single layer so we can get a good little sear on one side. We don't want the shrimp to necessarily steam. I like to have a little golden crust on them. So put a tablespoon of olive oil, just enough to coat the bottom of that pan. And I have in this recipe 3 tablespoons of butter. So we're just going to use 1 tablespoon right now. Get that nice and hot and sizzly. Okay, so our butter is nice and hot and bubbly. And now we can take our shrimp and start carefully putting them into the hot butter and oil. And you want to allow these shrimp to cook undisturbed on one side for about a minute. So we're looking for the shrimp to turn pink, get a little bit of a golden sear on one side, and also give them a good grinding of pepper. You don't necessarily need any salt at this point because I'm using salted butter. And shrimp are, I find, inherently salty anyway. So that's been about a minute. And we can flip them over. And yeah, see how they're starting to get nice and pink. And there's a little bit of a sear, not too much. You don't want to overcook these at all. They're going to finish cooking in the final sauce. So I'd rather you have them underdone at this point than overdone. So just quickly flip those over. Beautiful. And just let them cook away for about 30 seconds, not even a minute, because as I said, these are going to continue cooking in the finished sauce. You do not want rubbery shrimp. The whole point of this is to have beautiful, tender shrimp that melt in your mouth. And that's it. Turn the heat off, have a pan or a plate waiting at one side, and transfer these out of the pan. If you could smell my kitchen right now. Just wait till the garlic goes in. So I've turned the heat off that pan because it's scorching hot right now, and I'm going to be putting my garlic in there, but I do not want my garlic to scorch or burn. That will make it bitter. So I'm just going to melt in a 2nd tablespoon of butter and get that melting, and that will cool down the pan a little bit. It's still nice and hot. And now you can scrape in all this garlic. And if you don't like that much garlic, you can probably do half. We like garlic, and this is shrimp scampi, so it's a very garlicky dish. So scrape that into your pan, give that a stir. So now the pan has cooled off a little bit, so we can turn it back on, but make sure you have it at the lowest setting. And just stir that garlic around in the hot butter and oil, just until it starts to release some beautiful flavor. So nice. My garlic is sizzling away. I can smell it, but it's not burning. And before that ever has the risk of scorching and overheating, I'm going to add my wine. So this is a half a cup of wine. And you can use the blade of a wooden scraper or a wooden spoon to scrape up all that beautiful flavor left behind by the shrimp and the butter and the oil. So you can crank the heat up now, bring this to a boil, continue scraping up all that fond, deglaze that pan, that's a lot of flavor. And while that boils away, we're going to get our lemon juice ready. There's the second half of lemon. Hopefully the juice goes into the pan and not all over you. Continue stirring that around and let that reduce by about half. While our sauce is reducing, we can get a little flat leaf parsley ready. This adds a lot of beautiful color and flavor, just a nice rough chop. This basil couldn't be fresher. It's growing in a little pot on my windowsill. So I'm just going to pinch off about 6 or 8 leaves, maybe more. We'll see. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's try 7. Lucky 7. And just put them all in a little stack. Roll them up into a little cigar, and then just run your knife through them. This is my nice little chiffonade of basil that we'll be using later. Okay, our sauce has reduced. We have our herbs all chopped and ready, and we can put our shrimp back in the sauce, juices and all, and just toss that all around in the beautiful sauce. And you can crank the heat up a little bit. So I've got my last tablespoon of butter. That's just going to bring that sauce together beautifully. So just toss your shrimp around in that beautiful garlic butter and wine sauce. And now we can add our flat leaf parsley. Not the basil just yet. So that shrimp is done. How gorgeous is that? Okay, time to get the tomatoes out of the oven. Here are our beautiful tomatoes. See how they're all wrinkled and burst, and there's a beautiful sauce that can be ladled over everything. So I have some rice already cooked, and I've just reheated it a little bit in the microwave. Let's have some of these beautiful burst tomatoes. Have some of your nice shrimp scampi piled alongside the rice and the tomatoes. And I'm thinking maybe 4 of these large shrimp per person is enough. Unless you're my husband and I, we could polish that off, no problem. And put a little bit of that beautiful garlic butter over your shrimp. Take some of that gorgeous tomato juice, spoon that over everything. And now the finishing touch is just a snowfall of beautiful fresh basil. Gorgeous. How does that look? Good enough to eat? I think so. I need a fork. Those tomatoes are scorching hot because they just came out of the oven. The shrimp are really hot too, but I'm going to risk life and limb and tongue and see if I can taste this without burning my mouth too badly. You should smell this. So nice. So the perfect bite would be a little bit of shrimp, a little bit of tomato, a little bit of rice, and a little piece of basil. How good is this? So lemony, so fresh, so garlicky. It's a freezing cold day here. We've been snowed in for days, This tastes like something that you would have on vacation in a sunny tropical spot. Lemony garlic shrimp. They're perfectly cooked. They're tender. They're not rubbery at all. Just take care not to overcook them. It's better to undercook them when you're doing that initial saute because they are going to finish cooking when you return them back into the butter, garlic, and wine sauce. And then the burst tomatoes are just the perfect accompaniment. They're sweet and they're juicy and they're garlicky too. And all that sauce mixes and mingles with the rice. This would be perfect over pasta. It would be perfect over a nice creamy bed of polenta. I'm gonna have another bite. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and I hope you'll make it and let me know how you enjoyed it too. Leave me a note in the comments. I always love hearing from you. And if you're looking for more seafood recipes from my kitchen, I have a whole playlist of seafood recipes. Some of them are traditional to Nova Scotia, where I'm from, and others are a new twist on old favorites. So this one's sort of a mix in between. I hope you'll give it a try. See you again soon. Bye for now.